Welcome back to CIT 157 Module 5-1. In this module, I will talk about networking. Topics are how to approach data networking, different types of networks, protocol and topology, and basic networking devices. You need to start new textbooks. One is Networking Essentials 3rd edition and the other one is Business Data Communications and Networking, 11th edition. I strongly recommend you to read all chapters from these two textbooks. It will give you a lot of knowledge about networking. Chapter 1 from two textbooks will give you basic overall concept of networking. Module 5-1 and 5-2 are summary lectures for your reading. Then, there are hands-on activities in Module 5-3. People called Industrial Revolution when machine power was invented because it changed a lot the way people worked and lived. Likewise, through Second Industrial Revolution by computer and data communication networking, the way people work and live has been changed dramatically once more. Even less than 200 years ago, information took days or weeks to be transmitted. In 2009, large quantities of information transmitted in a fraction of a second. Now we are living in an age of globalization of networks. Even you can see news of the other side of the earth in almost real time. This makes us to work and live in different world than before. There are three aspects to understand networking. One is concepts of networking. You need to know how data moves from one computer to another over a network. It is theories of how networks operate. Then you also need to know and familiar technologies in use today. To be practical, you should know how theories are implemented for specific products and their applications. Then you should be able to manage networking technologies, policy, and people. This is current business trend for networking business. Currently internet market is very competitive. World Trade Organization WTO agreement lessened regulation in telecom markets. There are some multinational telecom companies. We can summarize future trends as pervasive networking, convergence and new information services. Pervasive networking means networks will be everywhere. People may use new types of network capability devices with fast networks. Convergence means that networks that were previously transmitted using separate networks will merge into a single, high-speed, multimedia network. There will be many new types of World Wide Web-based information services becoming available. Application service providers, ASPs, will develop specific systems for companies such as providing and operating a payroll system. Information utilities, future of ASPs, will provide a wide range of info services like email, web, payroll, etc. It would be similar to electric or water utilities. You need to embrace change and actively seek to use new aspects of networks toward improving your organization. You'd better use a set of industry standard technologies. In this activity, I will talk about different network types. By network architecture, you can have two groups of networks. In peer-to-peer architecture, computers function as equals. It is decentralized. Individual nodes act both suppliers and consumers. In client-server model, client nodes request access to resources provided by central servers. It is the centralized model. Based on distance, you can categorize local area network, backbone network, metropolitan area network and wide area network. Intranet opens only those inside the organization. It can be connected internet or not. Extranet opens their network but opens only those invited users outside the organization. In this activity, I will talk about protocol and topology. Protocol is the set of rules. The networking protocol is the set of rules established for the users to gain control of the network to exchange information. Ethernet is the networking protocol used in most modern computer networks. Ethernet is a CSMA/CD LAN protocol. CS stands for carrier sense. MA stands for multiple access. CD stands for collision detection. If more than two nodes try to send signal at the same time, there will be collision detection. Then each of the original nodes should wait random interval and try to resend the signal. The information in an Ethernet network is exchanged in a packet form. The packet provides grouping of the information for transmission. The topology is the network architecture used to interconnect the networking equipment. It could be physical or logical. Ring topology connects all nodes in the ring connection. Advantage is it is deterministic. It means that the networking devices gain control of the network at fixed time intervals. Disadvantage is a node failure or cable break might isolate every node attached to the ring. To avoid the weakness of a ring topology altogether, some actually use a star topology at the physical layer and a media access unit, MAU, to imitate a ring at the data link layer. In linear bus topology, all of the nodes of the network are connected to a common transmission medium which has exactly two endpoints. This is the bus, which is also commonly referred to as the backbone, or trunk. When the electrical signal reaches to the end of the bus, the signal echoes back down the line causes unwanted interference. As a solution, the two endpoints of the bus are normally terminated with a device called a terminator that prevents this echo. The star topology is considered the easiest topology to design and implement. An advantage of the star topology is the simplicity of adding additional nodes. The primary disadvantage of the star topology is that the hub represents a single point of failure. Extended star is a type of network topology in which a network that is based upon the physical star topology has one or more repeaters between the central node, the hub of the star, and the peripheral or spoke nodes. Mesh topology is a fully connected network. It doesn't need to use switching nor broadcasting. However, its major disadvantage is that the number of connections grows quadratically with the number of nodes. So it is extremely impractical for large networks. In this activity I will talk about home and office networking devices. You may have a wired network or wireless network. A wired network uses cabling and connectors to establish the network connections. A wireless network uses radio signals to establish the network connection. Wired network is normally faster than wireless. It would be more secure and inexpensive. Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity. Wireless has mobility advantage. However, there are security issues. It follows 802.11x standards. At this time, let's talk about home network devices. Network interface card, NIC, is inserted into a PCI slot on the desktop computer's motherboard. Some NIC may be integrated on the motherboard. The PC card adapter connects to notebook computers. There is USB network adapter also. Hub is used to interconnect networking devices. It does not stop broadcasts. Switch is a kind of smart hub. This is used to interconnect networking devices without passing the data traffic to other networking devices. Router, a networking device used to connect two or more networks, e.g. your LAN and the Internet, using a single connection to your Internet service provider, ISP. A modern home networking router can also contain a switch and a broadband modem. Access point is used to interconnect wireless devices and provide a connection to the wired LAN. The data transfer speeds, for access points, are dictated by the choice of wireless technology for the clients, but this device will support wireless N. Modem is a device that convert analog signal to digital signal. There is cable modem and DSL modem. A wireless router typically contains a router, switch, and a wireless access point and is probably the most common way to interconnect wireless LANs to the ISP. Broadband modem/gateway describes the device used to provide high-speed data access via your cable TV connection or via a telephone company's DSL connection. A gateway combines a modem and a router into one network box. I put an example of office LAN connection. For this example, there are 3 computers, 1 Ethernet switch and 1 printer. They are to be configured in the star topology. Each device in the network will be assigned an IP address from the private address space. RJ45 jack, 8-pin modular connector with Cat5, Cat5e or Cat6 cable is used to be connected. A switch connects all of the networking devices together using with CIT5 twisted pair cable. When you connect them all, the networking connection can be verified by examining the link light on the hub. The presence of a link light indicates that the transmit and receive pairs are properly aligned and the connected devices are communicating. Absence of the link light indicates a possible cabling or hardware problem. Remember, each NIC contains a unique MAC address and the IP addresses are locally assigned by the network administrator. The MAC addresses were obtained by entering the IP protocol configuration/all command from the command prompt in Windows XP. IT administrator may want to put all together into documents. You will find MAC address and IP address later. This is the end of Module 5_1. In this module, you have learned about general concept of network like different network types, protocol and topology, Ethernet, and home and office networking. I will see you in next module.